We live, baby. We live. We live. What's up, y'all? You know who it is. Bros with mics. What's up? I'm Tom.
Water.
Cody's over there busy typing away, getting everything ready. We had some technical difficulties.
Yeah, sorry about
Got the
that.
tech for technical difficulties. But we're here with week 8, man. Trying to get this stream set up for everybody, man. Sometimes the internet don't go the way you want it to go. You try to get it set up and then it you can't send out an email, you can't get in there, but we progress on. Push on, pusher. This week is week 8, so it's time to get some predictions in and get the breakdown of these games. The biggest game that I'm concerned with, of course, is the Tennessee Alabama game. Of course, Penn State Ohio State is still going to be a great game, but looking at this rivalry, man, we've been playing these guys since like 1901. You know that, man? It's a long time.
1901. That's crazy.
Yeah, 1901 continuously since like 1933. It's like 56 to 38 with like 8 ties or something like that. They've been streaking on us. We had that 15 straight uh with Nick Saban, and then like back in the 80s or so, it's like 12 straight. But we've been pretty competitive up until this Nick Saban period right here. That's what really drove it home for them to flip the script on us and get their record going in the opposite direction. But it's cool though. I mean, we saw last year what happens if you overestimate a team, right? You ride just off of your name, just off the hype of a player, which they thought they had it in the bag with Bryce Young last year. And clearly that wasn't the case, right? They came into Neyland, which is a tough environment to play in. Really, let Gary Danielson say it. Any stadiums is tough to play in. The noise doesn't make any difference. Well, we determined that was a lie. uh, it made a lot of difference. They made a lot of mistakes last year, and the same mistakes they're making this year. When we look at Nick Saban's crew this year, I don't they're a lot worse than they were last year. And I won't say a lot worse. They're not as quality of a team last year. We were able to beat them last year, but we also had Jalen Hyatt, Hendo. Those are game changing players right there. Um,
All right, we live.
we live now.
Yeah.
We've been live this whole time.
I was trying to tell you.
No, you wouldn't. You say nothing. I just been
That's why
talking.
I didn't say nothing.
Oh,
You just
well,
talking away. No, I'm
damn.
just playing. We've been
Oh,
live.
I was say damn. Ain't talking about nothing, but no, man. It's a big game. They're really counting us out this game. If you're looking at it, excuse me. I
Technical
gotta breathe. I'm just doing
difficulties.
all this talking, not breathing. That's what causes you to yawn, man. Not breathing, lack of oxygen to your head. Probably all these daggone hats I'll be wearing too. That ain't helping my hairline any. But no, man. How you feel about this matchup for this weekend? This is a pretty big game to me. One of the bigger games of the weekend, especially rivalry
Honestly,
wise.
I'm glad nobody's in here right now. But if anybody watches this back, sorry about the delay because we didn't really get set up before I hit live. That's my fault. Um, but Tennessee Bama, right? Tennessee Bama.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I guess we start with this. Tennessee Bama. Um, got Bama here going with a 76% chance of winning this game. Now, me, I like the 9.5. I don't like the 9 as much line for this game. Uh I see probably 10 or excuse me, I see Bama uh probably controlling the run game more so, or trying to at least. Brian
Yeah.
Dennis Stadium, Tuscaloosa and the boys gonna be out there yelling and all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
I do like Bama this game. I like Bama not heavily. Um, I think we'll probably hit the. I don't know. So the over under is 48 and a half. Now
Yeah.
I don't like neither one of these offenses. So Tennessee coming in just shy of 450 on a season as a total offense,
Mhm.
and Bama at a little over 360. So but passing yards 212, 219, 219 for Bama. I would say I like Jalen Monroe a little more in this game than Joe Milton.
Yeah.
But if I had to guess, bro, honestly, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Bama in this one by 6,
I'm
like
about 6. Couple field goals,
27
trying to
to
controlling the game. type deal.
27-21, somewhere around there. Yeah. Yeah. 27
Okay, okay.
21.
I don't know. Again, I'm always gonna root for my team, no matter what.
Which you
Call
should.
me biased because I am, but I'm always gonna root for my team at the end of the day, which you should. And I just see if we established a run game, which we did, and we were able to against a very talented Texas A&M front seven.
Yeah.
Right, they were stacking the box and still couldn't stop it. Right, we're getting wide, get to the inside. We didn't have one set running maneuver. We did. We were just pound the rock on them, and we were able to still move the ball, which a lot of people thought we weren't going to be able to. I don't feel Alabama's any more talented than Texas A&M's line. Though everybody says, "Oh, Nick Saban has all this time to prepare." Did Texas A&M not have time to prepare? Also, they know we've been running it all year, and we were still able to get it done. Your preparation time doesn't matter when it's time to execute. These guys are still going to make the same mistakes they've been made. And they're going to start holding us. Going to get some pass interference calls, and hopefully Joe Milton can see that and complete some passes down deep down the field. Right. Milton versus Monroe, there's not a whole lot of difference between the two, right? I mean, it doesn't matter about 100 yards completion, one more touchdown, same amount of interceptions. Like they're very even on that aspect in quarterback play, right? What Jalen Monroe doesn't want to do, and Alabama's they're gonna allow pressure. They're not great at stopping the pass rush. We're going to have him on his heels running the whole night. But if we keep him to the outside and start forcing him to throw, he's going to throw the interceptions. He's just like Joe Milton. I feel like if he can't keep his composure in there, he's going to throw the interceptions. Now, it sounds good on paper. It always sounds good on paper, right? Like, hey, we got a great pass rush. They have a bad pass rush defense. I mean, offensive line. Okay, they can't throw the ball, but our guys can catch the ball. It looks good on paper. The matchup between the two is pretty evenly matched on paper. But what it comes down to is in the moment, can you execute?
Right.
Right? Can we clean up the crap from last week?
And that's the same thing Bama's saying. Bama's saying the
Yeah,
same thing that Tennessee's saying. We got to
yeah.
clean up things. We got to perfect some things. We got to execute better. You don't think Bama is, you don't think Nick Saban got them boys coming here saying, look, we got to stop turning the ball over. We got to be
He
better.
been saying that since last year with Jalen Murray. Since it's the first game.
I mean, you say that with Joe Milton. Joe Milton, you got to complete some passes.
And
You
what did
think
we
they,
do? We started running the ball. We
yeah.
stopped putting it in his hands and start running and gashed him.
So I'm looking at this game like two not very good quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So
Two very middle of the road.
who can run the
Some
ball the best in this game, and that's who wins. And um, I won't be surprised if Tennessee won this game solely on running the ball. But I think Nick Saban knows that. Nick Saban is,
yeah.
in my opinion, and I think anybody else can probably vouch, is a better coach than Jimbo Fisher. But does Nick Saban have the talent that Jimbo Fisher has?
And I
Because
don't think so. I mean, A&M has some very talented people out there. They
they
just weren't
did.
utilized right.
Like
Yeah.
I've said before, I mean, their recruit classes are crazy. So can but I believe, in my opinion, Nick Saban has had great people. And I believe that Nick Saban puts a better game plan together than A&M, and they have a better quarterback than A&M. So
You think
that's
Milrose better than I don't know. Max and Milrow kind of look about the same. I mean, Milrow is just fast. Milrow's just
exactly
fast.
exactly. So not only can, and he has a decent deep ball. So I mean, Arkansas seen that firsthand.
Yeah. I
So
mean, or Jermaine Burton just getting wide open.
I mean, you can say what you want.
Yeah.
Jermaine Burton, don't know why he left Georgia in the first place, but he goes to
Scared of the
Bama.
competition over
Nick
there.
Saban. I mean, nah, he's playing more comp at Alabama than Georgia for sure.
I don't know. I feel
But
like Alabama lost a lot of the good receivers, so he came in at a great time. They were losing a lot of that
I mean,
star talent we were used to seeing there.
Georgia don't have great receiving core. They got that one white guy. I can't think of his name.
Lad
Yeah, and
McConkey,
and then of course Brock. But
and then
as far
Delt,
as receivers, I think
the
he
other
was
ones. Yeah.
okay. I think he
Yeah.
would have been fine. But I don't know. It's who can run the game or who can run the ball the best in this game, and I would probably lean towards Tennessee in that aspect.
Mhm.
But it's all about keeping Milrow contained because he's like a running back playing quarterback.
Yeah.
So
But we have a great offensive line, and I'm very confident in them being able to do that.
yeah. So I mean, we'll see. We will see.
Mm.
Um, game of the week. Game I am most excited for actually.
Tennessee, Alabama. That's all you had to say. I mean,
Yep.
I'm most excited about that one too. But for playoff implications right now, and the grand scheme and the grand scheme of the league, it is definitely going to be Penn State, Ohio State, at Ohio State. Big noon game, and I enjoy seeing that, so I can watch this game before Tennessee. So we got the big noon game going on, which is crazy. That this is the big game. Like I don't feel like you get to enjoy college game day as much when they have these super early games. It's not as good to like to really get to see, but I guess you're watching football by that point in time, and game day is irrelevant afternoon.
I mean, I'm okay with it in the aspect of okay, we can as soon as we get up, or as soon as I get up for sure, as soon as I can get
Yeah,
up,
because you wake up
I don't wake up till about
halfway through the day.
I don't wake up till about 10:30. So um I get up, boom, I'm on an hour and a half,
Yeah.
possibly. Let
Mhm.
my dogs out, fix me some coffee, get the day started. You know what I mean? So I like the noon kickoff. As a if I was a player, no, definitely
Yeah.
not. I don't want to play at 11
You can't
a.m.
get mentally
I want to play
prepared
at
with that.
noon. Like I don't want to. As soon as I wake up, all right, it's time to go fight. No, it's
But
like
do you feel the noon? Would you rather play noon or the 7? I feel like you
seven
just
for
get so
sure.
many nerves worked up by 7 o'clock. It's like, damn, I've been waiting all day for this. Your anxiety is built up. It starts to get stressed. You have so much opportunity to start getting in your
Mhm.
head. As opposed to that 3:30 game, I feel like 3:30 is perfect. You wake up, get breakfast, do walkthroughs. Hell, by then it's already 12, 1 o'clock.
I feel like
So
the
about the
good like me and I'm thinking about so like I never was nervous when it came to a game. I never was like, oh my nerves is like of course like I'm anxious, I'm ready to go, but at the same time, like I'm chilling, like I'm getting in my mood, I'm getting plenty of rest.
yeah,
7 o'clock, I'm under the lights, it's beautiful. We playing at nighttime. 3:30 is a good time too, though. Don't get me
yeah.
wrong. But I mean
Depending on
I
the time of year too, because it be hot at 3:30
yeah.
sometimes.
So I mean, the good players always say, we don't worry about um being anxious or being overwhelmed or anything like that. I don't think that they really care. Like I don't think they're really like the nerves play a factor into 7 o'clock games. I think
Yeah,
if any prepared, you're more ready, you have more walkthrough to do
hmm,
to at that 7 o'clock game versus that noon game. Because I mean, I'm sure pretty sure the players wake up around 8 or 9, get ready to go, walkthroughs, blah blah blah. But by 7, you got plenty of time to sleep, you got plenty of time to walk through, you got plenty of time to do what you need to do. 3:30 as well. So, I mean, I don't think the nerves really play into the times, but just
I mean,
waking
I just
up.
felt you just have so much more. I mean, the noon game is awful to me. I hate the noon games. I hated having a noon game, especially when I was in Wyoming and Tennessee was playing at like 10 a.m. Like, dude, I just woke up. Like, give me a chance to get up, like, and
I
go watch
love
the
it.
games. Like,
I
dang,
l-
man.
I love it as a fan, but as a player, I don't. I wouldn't want to be like, all right, I just got up, let's go and kick some butt. Like I don't know. That's not the route that I would want to take.
Yeah,
Personally, under the lights, beautiful, the crowd's roaring. It's
yeah.
nighttime.
I don't know something about it though. When the lights go out right there, boom, 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 fireworks be going off.
Man, it's going
Tennessee,
crazy.
the stadium blacks out, then the T opens up. You
I'm
see
not
them
talking
coming.
about Tennessee at all, though.
Ooh, I am though, man.
I'm
There's something
not-
about the atmosphere and just seeing that like fireworks and just boom, 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 boom. It's like everybody just go crazy. You come out there and you just get hyped. All that nerves drop away. You hype, kick the ball off right there, and it's just like, oh, it's time. It's time right now. At this point in
I
time,
mean, of course you want to see um the fireworks and the atmosphere plays a whole lot into college
yeah.
football, a whole lot. So, um, but no, I don't think as the players, I'd say like that. I don't think that the nerves work up on them at all. I think they're
Mhm.
just ready to go.
Yeah, just okay. Hey, maybe the nerves as soon as that ball's kicked off, it's all right, nerves away. First plays out, first hit. Okay, cool. I'm ready. I'm good now. I'm up. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I think that factors in all times of day, but maybe the atmosphere of the crowd could play a factor. I just feel like those noon crowds ain't as rowdy as the 3 o'clock crowds. That's as rowdy as the 7 o'clock crowds, right?
Oh, that can be rowdy, but I get
I
where you're
just don't
coming
feel like
from.
it's as rowdy.
I
Ain't
get
enough
where you're
liquor
coming
in them by
from.
then. They ain't as drunk. I mean, they will be drunk, but they ain't
I
as.
mean,
I don't
the
think they get as rowdy.
I've seen a couple clips of people they start drinking at like 9 o'clock.
Yes,
When
some
they
folks
had
go
the
drink. If they go
yeah.
drink, they're gonna drink
Like
regardless.
if it's me, like I'm not a big I don't drink hardly ever, but if
Yeah,
it's me, and I go to one of those games, I'm gonna have me a cocktail for sure or a
yeah,
beer, but or probably not a beer, it's too fattening for me. So like
yeah. I don't really like beers and dang stuff. I like tequila. I do a
and
little,
they
little
taste
tequila.
kind of bad. But if I'm going to the game, I'm gonna start drinking as soon as I get up. Probably like it's
Yeah.
on. It's on. I mean, it's that time. It's we on that time, bro. We on that
Yeah,
time
I
right
don't
now.
know. Mine was 50-50 when I went to Tennessee game, South Carolina. We got it's different because we had a long drive to make. Started the day in Atlanta. So I had to come up to Atlanta, stop in Chattanooga, go to Knoxville. Then I had to go park. Then I had to walk over to the tailgate area. So you tailgate. So I had to walk about a mile to the tailgate area because it's up and down hills, down around to get all the way over there. Right. Then you start drinking. There's already a heck of people out there. So find my way to the VIP area. And then finally, okay, now I can get my drinks in because it's like very few people. So you get 4 or 5 drinks in, but then guess what? Now I gotta walk to the stadium. Dang. So then I gotta walk to the stadium and it's just different, like depending on who you tailgate with. Because I've been to a few tailgates at college games before, right? And you really get to get the tents up, you're closer to the stadium, so you get to
Mhm.
enjoy your drinks more. And it's a little bit different. But by then, you be 4 sheets in the wind, and shit, I don't remember things till halftime.
It's over with.
It's, oh man, what
But I
happened?
mean, sorry to get carried away, but the game, Ohio State is actually favored 4.5 points, Tom, right here. So 4.5 points. They got
Yeah,
Ohio State with 63.5 percentage to win this game, and
mhm.
Columbus is not in favor of Penn State. And
Which is weird. Like Penn State's defense, I feel like it's just better.
Penn State's defense is great. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. I mean, only giving up 72 rush yards a game, 121 pass yards. We can't
mhm,
say that they haven't played the greatest competition. I mean,
yeah.
Illinois is probably their best opponent, and that was
Iowa probably. Hawkeyes, they're ranked.
I'll probably say Illinois. I mean,
Fighting Illy over Iowa. I
yeah,
don't know.
I has Iowa and Illinois played? I feel like they
Ever
played.
or
Oh
like
no, they
ever
haven't played.
or
No, they
recently?
played this year. They played later in the year. No, I
Yeah,
was
they
just
played
thinking.
the second to last game of the season. Yeah.
I think I know I just Iowa has a good defense though, I will say
Mhm.
that. But Illinois is a little closer game. I guess that's why I kind of lean towards Illy. But 30-13 in that game. Not the greatest opponents.
Yeah.
Ohio State a little more battle tested with Maryland and of course Notre Dame in that thriller. But
Yeah.
for me, it's this how I feel on Penn State. Like a lot of people said about Oklahoma. Hey, they ain't playing nobody. This, that, and the third.
I mean, but
What
they
they gonna
have Notre
do?
Dame and Maryland are
I'm
solid
talking
teams.
about Penn State.
Oh,
Penn
yeah.
State. So it's like, okay, Penn State, y'all look great against, not the greatest competition. Can that transition over? And I believe it can. I mean, look at Oklahoma. Transit. They didn't play the greatest competition. Had some close games. With, I guess, close if you want to factor in 20-6 against Cincinnati. They covered the
Hmm.
spread, but I mean, Penn State. If your defense can come in and do what they've been doing, y'all win this game. And I don't even think it's close. But Ohio State's defense is good. It is
I mean, they're
good.
not. It's not a bad team by any means. They wouldn't be ranked number 3 if they were bad by any means. Though they've had some games that were questionable. None have truly been close besides Notre Dame. Like we say, dang, Notre Dame started off slow. They started off horrible against Youngstown, and you thought, dang, they got a chance. Then 35-7. Same thing about West Kentucky. They start off slow. Their team that likes to start off slow and then spread the gap right there. If
It's
you look
kind
at
of
West
like filling
Kentucky,
out your fighter a little bit.
yeah, and that's how it is. Same thing with Notre Dame. They kept it close right there, and then Notre Dame made the mistake. Is a pound for pound who's going to make this mistake first. Notre Dame just has a very good defense, and that's the
Bro.
difference between them. Like their defense is probably top 10 in my eyes. Like the way they can get it done. I mean, look at Maryland. Maryland had a chance, and what happened? Pulled away late. So,
That old
Purdue
Maryland.
just didn't show up. I don't know what Purdue was doing.
I mean, Maryland just came off a loss too, so how great
Yeah,
is that win? But predictions here.
predictions, man. Um, I don't know. I haven't been riding high on Ohio State. It's one of the teams that I'm not fully committed that they're as good as they seem. Right? They're not as good as last year. That team was just different last year. But I will factor in they are playing at home. Though it is a big game, they are playing at home. And it's a crucial make or break for him. It's you or Michigan. This is your time to prove that Michigan is not better than you. You got to get back right now to start getting that leg up. So if I had to pick, man, at this point in time, I don't know, man. That defense is just good with Penn State, and I'm kind of it's a toss up to me. It's really a toss up, but yeah, it's a tough one, man. I think it'll be the barn burner on offense, but they're gonna get up to like 30, 40 points. But I'm gonna go with Ohio State late.
Ohio State.
Yeah,
All right, and
just because they're
so
at home and they got a little bit of edge. But
you're taking Tennessee as well, right?
of course, go Big O,
And
man. You know
then
what's up. Is that a question?
you said Ohio State, right?
Yeah.
Ohio State at home. Not
Kinda,
bad picks,
I
honestly.
like Penn just because their defense is elite, man, and I feel like they can make something shake. But I really don't know. I think it's gonna be a close game and a good game, but I'm gonna give Ohio State the edge just because they're at home this week.
Okay.
But I really
So
like Penn's defense.
so you're going Tennessee OSU to start this off. I think I'm gonna go Bama and Penn State. I think I'm gonna go
Cool, cool,
Bama,
cool.
Penn State. Um,
Yeah, I don't know. I really that's the thing. I like Penn State in this one just because their defense and I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I might hold on. Let me see. Let me see.
riding on 11-8 though. Riding on 11-8. You can go under 500 this week.
I could,
You
man.
could go under 500.
Good offense on both yards passing yards allowed.
who
I,
who do you put your money on? Who do you put your money on?
well, I mean, if we had to put who I put, man, it's a tough one, and I'm gonna stick by what I said, man. I'm gonna stick by Ohio, though. I really don't know. I feel like Penn State can edge them off in this one, but I already said Ohio, and I'm gonna stick by what I said.
All right. Ohio. The man is taking Ohio.
Yeah.
Not a bad pick, honestly. First, I could really go with your picks as well. So, I mean, I'm just taking Penn State because I kind of don't like Ohio State right now. I'm not gonna lie, but I think Penn State is pretty good. I think they
Yeah, they're a
can get
solid
it
team.
done.
By no means do I think they're a pushover. I think it'll be a great game.
Yeah. Um, I guess real quick to hop into Oklahoma versus UCF.
I have
Um,
really much to say about it. Y'all finna smack them.
so for the people that don't know, um, Dylan Gabriel, right? Heisman contender. Had a great game last week or last outing versus Texas.
Mhm.
Um, playing his former school.
Yeah,
Playing his former school. So he knows a lot of those kids. I think UCF's quarterback is coming to play, coming back this week. Um, so they will have their QB at the helm. But UCF has offensive power. They have really they average more yards than Oklahoma right now. So this is Oklahoma's coming in here 19-point favorite.
yeah.
I believe it was a 19 and a half. Line dropped half a point, but
Mhm.
I can honestly see UCF putting up around 20 points, 28 points. Honestly, they
I
have a really
don't at
good.
all.
They have a really
Plumlee
good.
coming back, maybe coming back with his knee. I don't even think it's going to be close. You giving them way too much credit. They're like Cincinnati, man. I think you're giving them too much credit at this point, and I
I
have
mean,
y'all
Cincy game
steamrolling them
was
covering the
not
spread.
Cincy was not great. I think we covered spread this week, but I
Yeah,
am excited to see this game just because Dylan Gabriel playing his former team.
yeah.
Um, Gus Malzahn is gonna have them boys ready at noon, and I cannot wait. So
They won't put them more than 14, under 14.
yeah, I
It'll
would
be
hope
like
so.
a couple field goals, 9, 10 point game type deal. They're
Oklahoma
not
coming
better than
off the
Cincy.
bye.
Yeah.
Um, Oklahoma coming off the bye though, so that is something to.
They just you guys are superior. I feel like you are a top three team. There's no way UCF comes to compete at all. They're 0-3 in conference play. They won the first few games because they were cupcakes. The Boise, Villanova, and then they got into the conference play. Kansas smacked them. Baylor beat them barely. Other Kansas smacked them. So I don't feel like this team can't compete with you guys at all. I clearly they can't even compete in their conference. Actually, you guys are in the same conference now. Forgot about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, we're in
Yeah,
the same.
no,
They're doing well.
yeah, no, they get smacked. It's a steamroll. I got Oklahoma taking this one easy.
This is one of them games that you have to be careful with, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, just because like they have really good offensive firepower. I mean, they're only allowing 189 pass yards.
Mhm.
Rushing's not great. So I mean, seem like they got a. I haven't watched a lot about, it, but seem like they got a good pass or DB system back there, a good core. But yeah, you always. I mean, look at people say, Georgia's about to roll Vandy. these games are sleeper games. Like some of these games are sleeper games, and like as much as I don't want to see that,
Yeah.
but they are. That's just how it is. You cover
Yeah,
your
I didn't like. I
bases.
don't. That's the thing. I don't have any faith in a quarterback. I didn't like him at Ole Miss when he's there this time. That 19 season when we played him.
I
He's
mean,
not
did you have faith in Vandy's quarterback? Do you think he was going to slice up a Georgia defense? No, it's one of them games. That's all I'm saying.
his receiver. They got a very talented receiver that I did have faith in on their squad. Who's
Got a
he
good
transferred
DB.
in. So I I don't know. I don't have enough faith in them though. They're not.
Yeah.
Hell, Vandy would beat them.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It'd be a good one.
But yeah,
Uh,
no, I got Oklahoma taking that one pretty handily. That team, that defense is just something different right now. You guys are a top three team. If they come in to compete with you guys, I question your win over Texas. I question your position and standings at this point in time.
I
If
mean,
it is even,
I mean, I was talking to Baron, and it's kind of like Joe Klatt said. It's like, um, NFL. I mean, college is not like if you think about it, NFL is not centered to go 1-0 each week, right?
mhm,
Honestly, neither is college. So if you think about it, but you have to play your best every week. You know how hard that is to
of
do
course, yeah,
to play your best. So to go 1-0 is not an easy task against any team. We're all Division 1. We're all athletes at the end of the day. So I mean,
mhm,
you look across and you don't see much difference in size for the most part. But it's just one of those things you got to look out for. I mean, I don't want to speak into
yeah.
existence, but I think that Oklahoma probably covers the spread, but you never know.
Never know, never know. But I do know, and I know it's not gonna be close. Oklahoma takes this one to the bank and cashes that check 100%. What we got next on the list of games? Those are the well, take Tennessee, Alabama, Ohio, Penn. Uh, who's some other big ones? Maybe Duke,
So,
FSU is probably the next one. I'm thinking is another big implication game, especially in the ACC.
mhm,
5-1 Duke versus 6-0 Florida State. I mean, that's the point in time. Is Florida State going to continue their path of dominance and retain their fourth spot on that list, or do they fold to Duke? Man, what you feel about that?
no, Florida State handles this there without a quarterback. It's easy, easy
Duke lost
win.
their
Duke,
quarterback.
yeah, Duke lost their quarterback against Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah,
over with, man.
so Duke loses their quarterback. That is potential draft pick. That's their bread and butter on offense. I mean, Duke. I love to see Duke get the upset here, but Duke has a decent defense too. So don't get it twisted. Duke's defense is pretty good, but
Mhm.
I don't think that they compete with. I don't think they compete with Florida State, and Florida State is not
Yeah.
likely at all. Um, but if I probably take Florida State this game, probably cover the spread. Honestly,
Yeah, me too. I'll take it, especially with Duke having a freshman quarterback coming in and Henry Bellin. He's just you're not ready for these big moments just yet. You're not ready for the big moments just yet, unless he is right. He sees this. He's like, you know what? I'm coming here. People are doubting my abilities. They draft. I mean, they not drafted. Essentially drafted the way it is now with the league. They brought me here for a reason, and that's a show out. And maybe he does. Maybe he steps up to the plate and makes it a ball game. You know, Florida State ain't the most dominant team by any means. So if dude doesn't come in here and make something shake, there's a chance that he doesn't. I mean, but they're at Florida State. They're at home. They should get a secure win at home, especially the 7:30 game right there. It's a prime time game. In a way, they should lose that on ABC.
yeah.
I take Florida State on that one. Covering the spread, 14 and a half.
My second, probably my second favorite game of the week. Utah USC. Kind of excited
Mm,
about this one too. Or I'll probably say my third. I like the Bama Tennessee game actually to see
yeah.
what goes on over there. So I'll probably say Utah USC. Cam Rising. I am about to stop wishing and hoping for a
For him
miracle.
to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Utah has lived and died on their defense this far.
Mhm.
Had that crushing loss against Oregon State. Um, but I mean, USC did not look great. And believe it or not, their defense wasn't the issue last week against Notre Dame. I mean,
Mhm.
uh, as far as USC, but
The offense was the issue because they
the
couldn't
offense,
daggone score.
the offense was the issue, and I think that Utah kind of Utah kind of takes in and looks at it like, all right, so let's take a page out of Arizona's book. Let's take a page out of Notre Dame's book. Let's take 2 pages out of Notre Dame's book because I think they're just as good as defense as Notre Dame, in my opinion. Utah gave USC their only 2 losses last year. So you looking at Utah, I don't at all.
Hmm.
Kind of gives me well, I ain't gonna say that because that's disrespectful. I was about to say kind of gives me Iowa vibes, but nah, I ain't gonna say that. Iowa ain't got no offense, boy. No, I think Utah kind of like comes in this game and looks at it from Notre Dame's perspective. They're playing in Los Angeles, but I was watching Sports Center today, and they were saying like Caleb Williams is not a number 1 pick. It's not secure that he's the number 1 pick.
No, yeah, and
So
I
that,
saw that
that
little rumor. She had a rumor about. He said whatever team he wants to go to, he wants to have some partial
yeah.
ownership of.
So
Like,
they
bro, you
yeah.
are not that. I mean, you're good, but you got exposed against an elite defense. What do you think the NFL's gonna have to offer?
I mean, and that's what they said too. They was like Tom Brady couldn't even do that right
Yeah,
now. So
who do you
it's
think you are, LeBron?
yeah. So it was like you you want to get a player that's all in, right? You want to get a player that you want to get a player that's selfless.
He's not.
So
I think he's very selfish. People's always humble. I saw when he said the "f you" on his nails, and I was like, that's not a humble person in my mind. I don't care what you say every time get on the cameras, but when you start doing stuff like that, "f you" on your nails and this, that, and the fourth, I'm like, that's doesn't show you're humble. We know your talent. Now show your talent on the field. You don't have to come out with all the extra pizzazz. I don't think he's a humble person with that. I don't see it.
I don't know. I know a lot of people, especially the way society's going, a lot of people are very sensitive to certain subjects. So, me personally, I don't care. I'm like, if you don't like them, F them. And then I love
Yeah,
I'm gonna be my own person type of player.
yeah,
And if that's who you are, that's who you are. Don't let nobody else change it because of whatever is going on. But I mean, that's for another conversation. So, but as far as like I want to go to this team, I don't think it worked like that, brother.
yeah.
Like I like Caleb Williams. I,
You gonna get drafted. Who you gonna get drafted to, or
yeah,
you gonna not go at all? Like take what you
yeah.
take, or hush.
So I'm and they were just basically saying like you the rumors started him being the number 1 pick, not the analysts. Like, oh, where did you hear that from? Oh, well, the NFL scout said that. Or was it and I heard Pat McAfee say, was it NFL scouts that's writing 40 times down trying to keep a job, or is it the actual official scouts for teams? So like
Yeah.
it's like I
Yeah,
think
got a
everybody.
ghost.
Nah, it was my. I don't know what that was actually.
It fell off. Whatever's on the wall fell off the
Oh,
wall.
behind me.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was in front of me.
Whatever's on
Oh
the
yeah.
wall fell off the wall.
Oh, you want to see it? Actually, I'm gonna show y'all real quick. Show you.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. But nah, I think everybody kind of fell in love with the thing, with the idea of okay, this is the number 1 player, which I mean, people say it and nobody really disagreed with it. Which now you can kind of disagree with it. 2 weeks in a row, kind of struggle against quality defenses, and now it's like, all right, who is this guy? And I still think he's probably the greatest, or I ain't gonna say the greatest, the best quarterback um right now.
Think
But
so?
I would say, yeah, I would say he's
Sam
the
Hartman
best.
looks good, man. He had a slip up game, but
I,
Sam Hartman
I
looks good,
honestly
man.
can't believe you said Sam Hartman. I think Sam Hartman's good, but like to compare to K Williams, no. Michael
I
Penix
just
Jr.,
I
Bo
think but now
Nix,
I think Michael Penix Jr. is
Drake,
better, but I think
Drake
the issue
May.
is just he's not playing any defense. It's great to look great against subpar defenses. It's great. Now go play somewhere else, like a Notre Dame type schedule. Go play a SEC type schedule against good defenses, and we'll see what kind of numbers you're putting up. We see what he done against a good defense. That exposed you, my boy.
I mean, but Utah had a great defense last year. He still put up numbers in both games.
It's
Hurt.
still Pac-12. That's still it's the same. Yeah, defense is good for the Pac-12, but is that defense jack against a real solid team? Not a Florida. Florida's buns
I mean,
and consistent.
I mean, they did stop Florida. You was, I mean, if I recall, you was high on Florida's quarterback last week. So I mean,
I said I think he's one of the like statistically he looks good.
Utah shut
He's great.
Utah
I
shut it down.
it's
I
his first game too for the
I don't
team.
want to
That's
sit here
his
and
first
say
game here.
I don't want to sit here and say, oh, Utah is Pac-12. They're not this, that. They're still a good defense. They're still only allowing this. They're still doing this and that. But they're still a good defense. And I get where you're coming from because that is true to a certain extent.
Yeah,
But if you think about the times that conference play, bowl games happen and playoffs happen, defenses get exposed. SEC defense get exposed.
yeah.
I don't think there's a great defense in the SEC. I think
Tennessee is right now.
nah, not at
Our
all.
run defense is something
I
different. Now,
I
passing
I
to be
say
determined, but run,
I say they're good, not great. I say
yeah. I don't. Who really has a great defense right now?
exactly. Nobody's playing by, so everybody can
Yeah,
look good. Like Penn State has the number one defense right now,
but you can
but
look good against
they haven't
Weber
played by.
and people like
So
that. Yeah,
I still think they're quality. I still think they're good, but that's to be determined until Saturday at noon.
yeah,
But then again, Oklahoma has a good defense. Penn State has a good defense. Ohio State, Notre Dame, Utah, Iowa, like
mhm,
these places have really good defenses. I mean, even A&M has a good defense.
yeah.
Georgia's defense ain't bad. Bama's defense ain't bad. Um, but Texas defense really good in my opinion. I mean, it shows, but um, who's to say that Caleb Williams doesn't put those numbers up in the SEC or the Big Ten or something like that? I mean, if
Yeah.
he stays, we'll see. If he
Hmm.
stays, we'll see next year. You know what I mean? So, um, but moving on, I think I like USC in this game. 7-point favorite. I think I'm gonna take USC. Caleb Williams bounce back. I think he just get on the tear this game. Honestly, they might cover the spread in my opinion. I think they
Think
cover the
so?
spread. Yeah, I think they
Okay.
do. I think
Yeah,
they do.
I don't see Utah stopping them. Utah's defense is good, but it ain't that good, right? So,
It's pretty good. The most points they
yeah,
didn't gave up this season is 14
man, I just
or
but
21.
who
Excuse
they
me,
really
21.
played that's elite. I mean, when
Oregon,
they played
Oregon State, Baylor,
Baylor was
UCLA,
not elite, Weber's not elite, UCLA
Florida. I
not
mean,
elite.
they had played just bums. They didn't come out here and play ASU
How much
and
Florida put up against them?
oh, actually, that's a good
Florida
question.
put up
11.
11. Yeah, but I still say that's the first game of the year, and anything happen first game of the year,
Utah
right?
would definitely smack them again, especially with Cam Rising. They even have Cam Rising in that game. So to say, oh,
I
that's the
don't
first
know.
game.
First game, I don't know. Florida's kind of rolling right now a little bit over there in the East, but we'll see when they play Georgia. If maybe like I said, it was a first game type of deal. So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a lot of football left, and this weekend determines
a
a lot
lot.
for a couple conferences. Uh, so we'll see who can make something shake this weekend, man.
I put you. I put USU. Scratch it
USU.
out. Put it again.
When it's on your mind, it's on your mind. It's like, dang man, I can't
And I
stop
put
posting
it again, bro. USU. What is?
USC, US.
All right.
Thinking of
Anyway,
Utah Utes, US maybe, but no.
I don't know. I have a game here that I think is kind of. If it was, let me say this: Oregon, Washington State. Right. This is your
Mhm.
sleeper team. 2 weeks in a row they have lost, and when I say they lost against Arizona, they
They
ain't
got
lose. They ain't
yeah,
lose.
they got disrespected.
They got smirked.
But Arizona, hey, Arizona's not to be slept on. Now look at your boys; they about beat USC. So maybe they done found a formula. Maybe something's in the water, and they flipped the script. And maybe Arizona's just that team, man. You never know with some of these guys. They come ready to compete.
Oh, actually, no free promotions until
No free
Gatorade sponsor me.
promotions. Yeah, you better sponsor us if you want a promotion. Don't even show the label on it.
This ain't
Just like
Gatorade. This is
matter of fact,
Kool-Aid.
no free promotions.
Yeah, let me take this shirt off. No free
Go
promotions.
balls. No free promotion. You know, it is Buck Family Week. Forget the whole state of Alabama. You know, we're not messing with them. But no, we digress. Washington State, Oregon. Washington State loses this, but maybe they got something
Washington
going on.
State loses this, but listen, it
but,
could, but listen, they lose. All right.
but, yeah, I think they lose this one pretty handily. I lost faith in them, to be honest with you. I thought this was my sleeper team. I thought they could do something. I think Oregon comes in because they are clearly the better team in that division. And Henderson covers the spread, 20 points. Yeah, Oregon takes this one with ease. Sorry, Washington, you have You lost me, just like Auburn lost me too. I thought Auburn was going to do something this year. I thought Auburn was a sleeper team to try to ruin a couple of people's schedules. Man, like Missouri's like poised to do try to ruin somebody's hopes. But WSU, Oregon covers the spread on this
Excuse me. Why that thing try to get up out of there? So, last but not least, do you have anybody? Because I have somebody in mind.
one. What, like another game?
Yeah, one
I
more
do. I
game.
got one more, and it's the Air Force Academy. Go Air Force beat Navy. Y'all know what's up, man. I had the rep for my school, for my team right there, the Air Force Academy. It's gonna be a great game. Them boys are actually ranked this year, man. You usually don't see that for the service academies. Usually getting ranked. Every now and then somebody will pop up in there. But this back-to-back years where they went on a tear, right? And I think we take this pretty handily. We got some solid guys out there who are making a shake at the academy. Uh, and especially since they're going to be in Annapolis. I was halfway tempted to try to go to this game this weekend because they're at Annapolis, but that thing is packed already, sold out. Especially with most of our
Hey.
bases right here being enforced bases where I'm at. So no, that game is my sleeper game. They're ranked, and it's a ranked opponent too, right? So you actually get somebody. So Air Force Academy, they take this dub against Navy. Navy has a good run game, but Navy's not that good. That triple option ain't that great. Air Force is going to take this one for sure.
All right. Air Force has been playing really good ball so far, so I will say that. Um, on my list that I was wanting to say something about, I got dun dun dun. I got Ole
Mizzou.
Miss and Auburn.
Oh, Miss Auburn. I thought you were gonna say Mizzou, South Kakalaki right there.
No,
Oh,
South
Miss Auburn.
Carolina against Smack. That was my reason. There you go. Um, Auburn playing in John Hare Stadium, right?
Yeah.
Listen to me. This is what. Listen to me now. I just said it.
War Eagle.
This is one of them games that you can just fumble. Sometimes that just happen. It doesn't mean that you're less than. It's very hard to go 1-0, and this is one of those games that you can fumble. I like Ole Miss in this game. Don't get me wrong. I think they win the game, but this is one of those. Watch out. This can be a fumbled game for Ole Miss,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think Auburn's great by any means. Um, but when you come in with the wrong mindset, it gets exposed.
I mean, I got you. I feel you on that one, but I can't say anything towards Alabama. Like I said, for Tennessee, it is Alabama hate week. This rivalry runs deep, and it's not just the University of Alabama; it's the whole state of Alabama. Man, Mississippi, go down and do your thing against Auburn, man. Bump the whole state of Alabama. I didn't know if it handled. It is a game that can slip up, but I don't think he does. Lane Kiffin's trying to get back on his high horse right now, trying to compete against Alabama to get that back in that good grace to maybe be poised to take. They're hoping that LSU somebody can come in and try to upset Alabama, and so they can maybe sneak back into that spot. But I think Lane Kiffin takes this one with ease. Again, bump the whole state of Alabama. Ole Miss takes this one.
Ole Miss, Ole Miss,
Yeah.
Ole
Old Pitts, good job, man. So, I mean, it wasn't a long one today, but I want to swing the block back on this just because, man, it's a big one for me, man. This is a very this game has meaning behind it, right? So I think it was what 92-93, Tennessee beat Alabama. Uh and then the next year coming off of one loss, Alabama beat them again, 92-93. 22, Tennessee beats Alabama. Have a one-loss Tennessee poised to win again in 2023 right here, right? So if we can get this win, man, it means a lot for the schedule. This is one of our tougher games. I thought Texas A&M's one of the tougher defenses we're going to play, but at Tuscaloosa, if you can go down there and beat Nick Saban, that means a lot. To me, this was the biggest game on our schedule. You say beating Georgia, it's a big win, and I'm not disagreeing. However, beating Alabama just has more meaning behind it with us, especially the Battle of the Bend. We're right there, Moccasin Bend, Alabama state line, Tennessee state line. It's a pretty big deal right there
Right.
at the Bend. So have the opportunity to go down there and get a two-peat with it, start streaking down there on them. It's something different, right? Especially when they're a weakened team at this point in time. They don't have a great quarterback like Alabama over the past 10 years have had just fantastic, really the past 12 years had fantastic quarterbacks, right? I mean, you got the Hurts, you got the Tuas, you got the Joneses, you got people that have just set Alabama up year after year after year for this, right? Now you look at the position they're in with Milrow, he's just inconsistent. And that's a big moment in a game that he's not used to playing. This is a big rivalry, right? We pull out the cigars for a reason. Let me get this out here. We have the cigars ready to go for a reason. Like it's been a tradition, the Alabama Tennessee game. Whoever the winner is, you pop your cigars. You got your cigars for the game, right? I got my VFL ready to go for this W, right? Just because how big of a game this really is for us. Though it'd be great to go and beat number one Georgia, right? That has playoff implications, but this just has a different type of rivalry implications behind it going down there. And if we can get Milton to be just 50%, Jesus, I about fell out my chair. Somebody need to get me a new chair, man. This thing is buns. I about died on camera. And Cody over here just smiling, watching it.
I'm all the way over here. What I'm gonna do?
No, but this game just has so much meaning behind it. And like I said, was Milton. If Milton could be just 50% better than what he's been, just give me that extra effort. You were 11-22 last week. We can't have those type of games. We can't have an
We can't
11 and
ask for
22.
that. We can't
Right?
ask for
We're
that.
gonna need like a 7. Just give me a 70% completion rate, and he has to dial it down. You know why he's not completing something like our receivers are dropping it? This dude is throwing like Brett Favre. You know how they said Brett Favre would jam his players' hands when they go to catch it? That's what he's doing, bro. He's a 10-yard dig route or a slant. Why are you throwing it so hard on the slant, man? I know you want to get it in there. You don't want to risk getting it fucking picked off, right? But at some point in time, you gotta dial it down and you gotta mature. You can't keep playing like a sophomore, right? And that's what he looks like out there. And I think either him has to step up or our run game just has to be that much more dominant this time. Luckily, we have 3 good running backs to shuffle through.
This is what I'm gonna say. This game right here is I agree with you. You said just to kind of piggyback off the fact you said that this implicates how the season goes. I do believe that. I think that if Tennessee goes out and get this done, which I think they're capable,
Mhm.
honestly, like I kind of want to swing back to Tennessee on this game. I'm just like 50-50. I'm 50-50 on this and the OSU and Penn State game. But it's like this. Tennessee gets this dub, they ride high on that train, right? And I think they can finish out the season. But this
Yeah,
is how I feel about Tennessee, though. You take Tennessee, they get this win, boom. Then they may fumble to Kentucky or they might fumble to Mizzou.
Mizzou. Hmm.
And, thinking ahead because a lot of it's human nature. We do that.
Yeah,
So,
we get so much because beating the number 11 team is going to put us on a and then beating number 11 Alabama, it's going to put them back into that top 10 talk, right? You don't want to get in that talk and then, like I said, get back in your head. And you get to look and we just beat Bama. We could beat Georgia, and then you fumble the bag to Missouri.
and that's why I kind of wanted Oklahoma to like ride low. Like everybody's like, Oklahoma's this, they that, they ain't play nobody. Da. Okay, cool. Let's just keep running. Don't put all this pressure on us. Then, like Nick Saban says, you fall into rat poison. You fall
Mhm,
into rat poison, you can't get out of it. So it's like Tennessee gets this dub, but don't. And this is why I like what BB said.
mhm.
Don't look at Bama and say, "Oh, this is Bama. We got to practice a little longer. We got
No,
to
this
get an
should
extra
be
rep."
yeah, it
This
should
is
be
nameless,
every
faceless
yeah,
opponent. This is who we're playing. We don't care if you got a one beside your name. We don't care if it's nothing beside your name. We playing you the same exact way, and we're gonna go out and get the
yeah,
dub. We don't sit here and say, "Oh, we got to fight extra hard this week." No, you should feel that every week, and
yep,
that's why I kind of don't like the realignment. Just to kind of get back in that for a quick second, it's like you're gonna have to it's physical. People are gonna
yeah,
get hurt, bro. Like if you
yeah,
think about it, people are gonna get hurt a lot. And I'm not down for that, honestly. Like you're gonna lose a lot of players. You think playing Bama this week, then Oklahoma the next week, then follow that up with LSU or something like that ain't gonna be tough for Tennessee or whoever
yeah.
in
It's
the
gonna be
nation.
god awful when you think
You know
about
what I'm
it. It's
saying?
it's like it's a gauntlet every single week in and out. Just and it kind of and when you talk about players getting hurt, it brings me back around to another subject. We'll put a pin in what we're saying is Travis Hunter. You don't think playing this man week in, week out, yeah, he might be great for it in college. That's
Great
wearing
point.
down his body to the point where he gets to the league and ends up like a Greg Odom, where he goes in just like you were great in college, plays so much, and he get hurt, and it's like, oh, this guy was a bust. This dude is quality, and it's grinding down his body. So it brings it back to what we are saying that when this realignment happens, you got the Texas, the Oklahoma, the Alabama, LSU, and it's just going to be mayhem because people want to see so many conference games. It's just going to be mayhem. It's also going to ruin a lot of these rivalries, like the third Saturday in October. Even the SEC commissioner and a few other people, when they were talking about the realignment of the thing, they said this first game he mentioned was the third Saturday in October. Though we think about the Deep South oldest rivalry, uh, Georgia, Auburn, right? Good old fashioned hater, whatever they want to call it. But the third Saturday in October is a pretty big matchup of two powerhouses in the SEC.
Yeah.
And it's just realignment with so many teams. It's good because you get your competition, you get your strength of schedule, right? You really get to see what you're made of. But now, I think with realignment, especially with the SEC, we're going to start seeing a lot of one-loss teams. But it's okay because now we're expanding the playoffs.
No, you're definitely gonna see some. I think you're gonna get three losses in there, three
Yeah.
loss teams in the playoffs. I don't
Hell,
think
I don't
uh,
know about three losses. It's a lot, not a lot of great teams to take three losses. Maybe some. Well, you're
three
right with
losses with
realignment.
all these, yeah, with all these teams playing.
But do
Like,
you
hey,
deserve to get in at that point? Do we not reconsider, start looking at group of five who ain't three losses, two losses, one loss,
I mean,
zero losses, group
it's
of five?
realignment for a reason. I mean, you want to see the SEC, you want to see the Big Ten, you want to see
Mhm.
the ACC, you want to see the Big 12. Like, you're
Yeah.
definitely gonna have the champions from that, so that covers up four. Then
Mhm.
you probably will get a group of five team in there, probably just one though. So if you think about that, then you have a two-loss team and whoever. I mean, I told you Michigan's schedule is USC, Texas, Penn State, Oregon, Washington next year.
And I think it starts making way for teams like, and I plugged the local team, but teams like Maryland who took a loss to somebody like Ohio State, but then can go on a tear with the rest of their games. Somebody who usually like nowadays we see, oh, that's a one loss Maryland, you lost, and you kind of out of the picture. Now the 12 loss, I mean 12 man playoffs or however much they end up 12, 8, 6, whatever they end up going to. Uh, it makes the competition better at the end of the day. It makes people not want to opt out like, dang, we done lost two games. All right, I'm opting out of my bowl game. The bowl game is meaningless, and then you end up with a team who was pretty good losing their bowl game. And people are like the SEC just lost all their bowl games. They're trash. Well, because 50% of
Well,
people just opted out because they
if
don't care about the bowl game.
Well, yeah, it will say something about Maryland because if they lose
Yeah.
one game and they run the rest of Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon, USC, then yeah, they definitely deserve to be in. I mean, if you, but what's the likelihood of that happening? You know what I'm saying? So
Slim,
yeah, if you run all
slim,
them
and none
games,
left the
then
building.
for sure, yeah. Like if just think they dropped this game to Ohio State, then they still would probably have to play
Penn State,
Penn State,
Michigan.
Michigan, USC, Oregon,
Yeah.
Washington. They'll have to play at least four of those
Oh,
five
I
schools.
forgot the rest of them are coming to the
Exactly.
Big
So
12.
yeah, if they
Yeah,
run it from there, it
it's a
ain't like they
gauntlet.
just exactly. It ain't like if oh yeah, they lost this game to Ohio State, they can go win out.
Yeah.
If they lost to Ohio State, they probably gonna lose to Michigan. They probably gonna lose to Penn State. They probably gonna lose to Oregon. They probably gonna lose to Washington. You know
At
what I'm
this
saying?
point,
Like,
it's like you want all the games to beginning to just dump the rest of it because, hey,
yeah,
man, that was our Super Bowl fifth game. It's over with at this point in time. But
yes.
no, it's just you're right. You're right. It's just I enjoy it personally that it's expanding. You're getting more people in. We're going to start seeing more group of five. We might see the Air Force Academy start getting in. We might see some folks that we're not used to
The
seeing in the
conference
playoff
or the
picture
playoff?
into the playoff.
Okay. Yeah.
You start seeing you giving these people the opportunities. So there's no more USC. Hey, UCF. We went undefeated the entire year, and we got passed over. So you shouldn't see anything like that. If you're undefeated, okay, let's put you in. You think about it. Let's put you in.
Well, I'll say this. You get an undefeated group of five team, I think they should be in there.
Yeah.
Now, if it was me doing this playoff thing in a realignment, I wouldn't realign nobody. I'd probably take I say, all right, so we're going to I wouldn't go to a 12 team per se. I'll go to an 18, but I say Notre Dame getting a conference. I would
Yeah,
say,
force them to go ahead and get in.
yeah, go ahead and join the ACC.
Yeah.
Let's do an 18 playoff.
But why ACC? They're in Indiana. Why not join the Big 12? They're in Indiana. They're not on the coast. They're up in Indiana, near
That would be
Ohio,
tough.
and the rest in
That would
Chicago
get
and the
rid
rest
of
of them.
the. No, I would say
Push them in. Make UCF go to the
yeah, they
ACC. Make
could
Notre
join.
Dame go to the Big 12.
Yeah, they could join the Big 12. So I would keep, but the thing is, you got well, UCF has to go somewhere, then
UCF can
Houston
go to
and
ACC. They are Central Florida. Why are
yeah,
y'all in the Big 12? Go to
yeah.
ACC,
So
SEC.
if it was me, if okay, A&M, Mizzou, y'all want to stay over there? Stay over there. Cool. I would probably realign the SEC. I'll probably realign every conference, right? Probably besides the pack.
The
I
pack
probably
coming all the way over to the ACC is just mind blowing to me.
yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's
Well,
like,
they're coming
dog.
to the big majority of the good teams are
Yeah,
going
Big
to,
12, but then the other
but
ones,
the other
and then
ones
what
aren't
about
going
the
there.
people who are left? What about the Washington State and the Oregon State?
So they'll be going to like Washington State. I think is going to Big Ten as well. I think I could be
No,
wrong.
they're right now fighting over the assets of the Pac-12 to see who gets the money because everybody else left. So they're not trying to lose the Pac-12 title because all the money that's left in the Pac-12 goes to those two teams. So they don't want to
Yeah,
leave and lose the
I
assets.
honestly I would not be mad if they say okay, the realignment thing isn't happening. Cool. I would not be mad at that.
Everybody
Now,
go back to where you were going
yeah,
right now.
everybody stay home. So
Yeah.
now let's do an 18 playoff system. A eight, not 18, a eight. So you do 8 teams, right? So right now, what's that look like, Tom? What's that look like?
So with an 18 playoff, I say you set it up where you have the bracket of four, right? 4 and 4, you're gonna have 1 and 8 play each other, 7 and 2 play each other,
Right, right, right.
6 and 3, 4 and 5, right? It just makes the most sense at that point in time, and it breaks down from there. Then you have 4 teams left, boom, boom, and you play like that, and that's how you get your champion out, which makes a lot more sense, right? You take the conference champion, so we have what Power Five. So with those, you can't say you could take the conference champion out of all the Power Five. So that's the first 5 teams that get in, group of five, undefeated. Two of those come in, and then one
So,
more
s-
close win comes in.
okay, so if it ended today, would you be mad with Texas playing Georgia? No.
No,
Michigan playing Penn State? No.
mm-mm.
Oklahoma playing
Yes,
Ohio
because they're
State?
all in the same conference. I wouldn't like that.
Well, I'm just saying, like, yeah, I get what you're saying,
Yeah,
but it would, even itself out. But Georgia, Texas, great game. Penn State, Michigan, good game. Ohio
yeah.
State, Oklahoma, great game.
Florida State,
Florida State, Washington,
Washington,
great
great games.
games.
Yeah.
Great games, right?
hmm
So, and now we're not in this gauntlet of fire where we're like, okay, all these people don't play these. It's going to happen again. Teams are going to play each other again.
Yeah,
So as if the SEC was like it was, we have what Texas, Oklahoma, Georgia out of the SEC in there. But the
yeah,
Big Ten, you got Michigan, you got Washington, you got Ohio State, you
yeah.
got Penn State. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it's just gonna be those two
But
conferences
but
in there.
it won't be like that because they're gonna play each other during the regular season.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So it's gonna play itself out. Don't get me wrong. But those are 18 playoff is not bad at all.
It's not.
Like,
It does expand it enough to where more quality people can get in. You might have a one-loss team who deserves to be in, who just slipped up, like a Texas, who just slipped up in a close game, but then can turn around and win the conference championship. And then you got a one-loss team for each who are still quality because they went back and forth, lost to each other, who deserve to still be in it, but had let Oklahoma lose to Texas in their conference championship. I think that knocks Oklahoma out of the top four right now, and then it stops their hopes for the CFP.
yeah. I mean, and then like if it's a 12 team, you got Oregon State playing Georgia. I
Yeah,
mean,
that just
granted, Georgia ain't look great, but probably don't want to see that. I'm just gonna be honest. Not saying that they would lose badly, but I mean, Oregon State, Georgia. Then you got Michigan, Alabama. I think will be a good game. I think Michigan's
yeah,
probably roll them. North Carolina, Ohio State. Then list goes on and on. But
yeah.
an 18 playoff system would be perfect. I mean, you still get everybody in, and then you possibly get your runners up in. Like,
And the
look at
goal is to extend it. You get more football at that point in time. You get a little bit
exactly.
more football. You can extend it a little bit longer, though. You don't want to start bumping into NFL season. That's what they're worried about. But extend it or starting a little bit earlier. We start way too late to begin with.
I mean, the playoffs don't happen till like a month after the season's
That's
over
what I'm
with.
saying. So let's go ahead, start the season a little bit earlier, get those playoff games a little bit later, right? And you can get those playoff games in December, where the New Year's Six can still be New Year's Six because by then it's 12 playoff games. The New Year's Six is the playoff games. It's six bowl games that are being played for the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, so if you look at it, if we did eight, it'd be like, okay, now Oklahoma has run their schedule. They go to um, Big 12 championship, play Texas, they lose. They lost one game
Yep.
against
The
a
team they
great
beat.
team,
And
against a top 10 team and a
yeah.
team they beat. So like now Texas won every schedule in their game, but so has Oklahoma. But because it's 4 teams, it's like, oh, we can't put Oklahoma in because you only good as your last game. I don't
Yeah.
believe that, bro. It's hard to beat a team twice.
It is. It's
I
tough.
mean, look at Georgia and
I'm gonna melt
Alabama.
off camera. I gotta grab some. It's all
All right.
right.
But yeah, no, it's hard to beat a team twice. Look at Georgia and Alabama.
Yep.
Then Georgia loses in the SEC championship, then wins the championship. So
Hmm.
why would you? And I don't like that, bro. I don't like that. Don't take the credit away from Oklahoma if they
Yeah,
drop this
you
Big
kind
12
of
championship.
discredit their win at that point in time. Like
Exactly. So
that win didn't mean anything because it wasn't at the end of the season.
right. So why are we taking it off? Now you got potentially now they both should get in.
Yeah.
Then if it happened in SEC, they should get in. If it happened in the ACC, they should get in. The Big Ten, Pac-12. I like the 18 playoff system more than the 12 team. Just
Hmm.
but what I dislike the most because I feel like it starts to get like um NFL. NFL is like you don't never know. Like you root for your team, y'all might win one this year. Yeah, probably won't see another one for the next 15 years. Then after that, it's all rebuilding and money going into it and this, that, and the third. And
Jesus.
then it's like, all right, then we might see one in 7 years, or we might not see one in 20 years. You know what
I
I'm saying?
mean,
It's
unless
like
you're the Patriots and you was getting them back to back,
which is which is great,
or you're the Chiefs where they're on a tear.
but it's like I don't know. I feel like the 12 team playoff system kind of takes the fun out of everything. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
just
like it at
it's a
all.
lot less. The games mean a little bit less throughout the year with 12 teams.
I mean, I
So
feel like
what it
I
feels
feel
like.
like they still mean it, but I feel like it's like you go you go throughout your season, you get wins, you lose games. All right, you get into this 12 team. Now it's like it kind of feels like an NCAA championship for men's basketball.
Yeah,
Like it's up in the air. That's just what it feels like to me. It's up in the air. So many teams is playing. It's up in the air,
yeah.
and it's you already know how hard it is to go through these schedules being the Big Ten, the SEC,
Hmm.
going through all these schedules. Now you got to do that again for the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't know. I don't like it at all.
It's a lot going on. That's what it really is. And it could be too much. But uh I mean that's the nature of the beast. We can't control it, but they don't care about our votes. They're not asking us, hey, what's your opinion over the matter? They're just doing it and say you can live with it or not. Stop watching it. Oh, you ain't gonna stop watching it? Cool, I'm gonna do whatever I want at that point in time.
Yeah.
Um and it
I
kind of
don't even know if
sucks.
they'd be asking for some help. I mean,
You start taking away their money, they hey,
yeah,
whoa. Just, come
yeah.
here, come here. Come back
I
and
don't
watch.
like it. That's why I'm kind of like taking this season. Like I'm so high on this season. Not one because my team is doing great, but also because I feel like I'm not going to like it next year. I
Yeah.
feel like the fun is going to be taken out of college football.
Just because it's there's so much dog eat dog. It's like, dang, where's the games where we get our hopes up for the season? It's none of that. It's back to back to back competition where it's like people getting hurt. Every game's tough, but
Yeah,
every game means more because that win just means that much more if you can get it.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for
So
sure. But I mean, like you said, we can't control it. We just talk about it at the end
yeah,
of the day. And
that's
we,
all we can do. They don't care about our opinion. They
yeah,
take our
we,
money though in a heartbeat.
oh, in a heartbeat, buddy.
That's what
Go
they
ahead and
gonna
rub me
do.
them funds.
Yeah.
Go ahead and rub me them
Yeah, go ahead and
funds.
that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna keep paying me, and as long as you paying me, I'm gonna keep doing what I want to do. At that point in
Exactly.
time, you're not stopping me from doing whatever I want to do. Uh,
Hmm.
but yeah, man, that's it. That's we got a mouthful with that, and I think it's a great weekend slate of games. Like I said, I'm ready to have my cigar. No matter where I'm at, they're gonna have to kick me out because I'm having my cigar, especially if we get this W. If not, I'm gonna keep it in my pocket. I'm gonna be a little sad.
Ready to
But I'm
see
gonna
what
push on,
Prince
push it
takes
because there's a lot
tomorrow.
of football left. We still got Georgia to look to get back at that at home. Like though we might not get playoff implications, and that's another thing. Even if we lose to Bama, there's still a chance we make it to the SEC championship, right? There's still we beat Florida. I mean, we beat Georgia, we beat Kentucky, we beat Missouri, Vandy. We run the East at that point in time. The only person we got to look out for is our tiebreaker against Florida, and I think Florida drops a few more games, right? So
A lot of hopefuls there.
a lot of hopefuls,
I
a
ain't
lot of
seen
hope.
y'all in the SEC championship my whole life. I have.
Yeah, yeah.
When?
In the 2000s we've been.
I didn't become a fan of college football until '07. I ain't saying to like throw no shade. I'm just saying like I would like to see some different teams in the playoffs. Like I would like, you know, Texas hadn't been, Tennessee hadn't been.
I mean,
Uh,
in '07 we were in the SEC championship. I'm just saying.
oh, okay. Oh, 07. I wasn't paying attention. I was just watching Oklahoma. Adrian Peterson really is who I was watching.
Yeah, no, yeah, no. We was in there. I feel like we might have won that year. No, I think came in with Floyd because Timothy T was there, and we
No,
had
I'm gonna
Eric
say
Berry and
y'all
us.
y'all didn't win that year because it would have been y'all would have been the BCS at the time.
It's the winners. No, we won as winners of the East. Oh, we won the East, and I made 5 appearances. Yeah, so we
Yeah,
won the East and went in over what's the name, and then we ended up losing by 7 to LSU. We was there 97, 98, 01, 03, 04, 07. So
1987. And just been on a little unfortunate advance really
what?
for Tennessee since then.
Yeah, we had about 5 different head coaches push through. It's just they fired Phil Former thinking he wasn't right for the job anymore, thinking he's getting old, and it was a gauntlet. Derek Dooley's, Lane Kiffin, Butch Jones, Jeremy Pruitt, and now Coach Heupel. It's been a gauntlet of coaches coming and leaving. Really, out of all of them, I think I dislike Lane the most because he did us dirty for that, man. He's like, well, I should have stayed. He came, had a great year under him, and then he just bounced. Took all the
Yeah,
people, went to USC. It's like, how disrespectful is that, bro? That's a dream job. Yeah, it is, but man, you just got here, bro. Got your opportunity, had a great season, and since he did good, he got another job offer. And you just bounce like that. There's no loyalty to your team, man. And that's why I'm glad somebody slung a golf ball at his head last time he came to Neyland.
Arian
He was
Foster didn't do nothing in that dang SEC championship game.
up.
Well,
No, man, well, I mean, we only lost by 7, but yeah.
yeah, it was a tight game. It was definitely a tight game. But yeah, that's it. If you made it this far, we appreciate it. We only got one viewer to this point. We did have three before
Yeah.
you started talking about Tennessee, then they all left.
There's up, gotta go.
But no, if y'all made it this far, we appreciate it big time. Like I said, man, we'll be back sooner rather than later. But for now, bros with mics, full attendance. We appreciate y'all support.
Bros
Y'all
with
see the shirts.
mics.
We
Yeah.
got it. We love y'all. Thank y'all so much. I'm Tom.
I'm Cody. Whoa. I'm not Cody. I'm Tom. What the hell?
I got you.
Hey, my mind was so focused on what's been said. I'm not fucking Cody. I'm Tom, man. Damn.
He said,
Um,
he said, I'm
hey,
Cody.
man.
Wait, hold
No,
on.
hey, you have got me on that one. But no, man, I'm Tom. That's Cody. We are bros with mics. Thank you for coming. I'll holler at y'all, my boy. Peace.